When you think about kind of geopolitical macro, how do you think about the future for trade with China?
Well, China is a very unique manufacturing capability that you can't replace easily. People will love to say the United States government's doing their best with imposing tariffs on imports coming from China. And companies with simple products, like think apparel, etc., are moving that away from China. One, to avoid the duty, but the Chinese economy has done so well that their labor prices have gone way up. The average hourly wage in Mexico is now cheaper than in China. So if you're just looking for cheap labor, and that's great for China, right? Like, good for them. Like, they're making more money as their population. So China is no longer the cheapest manufacturing site in the world, but it's the best manufacturing. Like, they're the highest quality, highest competency in manufacturing. So if you're doing electronics, you're doing anything sophisticated, or not anything, but a lot of the really sophisticated forms of manufacturing, China is the best place to buy things. So I don't think that's going to go away. I think we're in an interesting moment right now where globalization is in question, like whether or not we're going to continue to do trade globally, or will we just produce everything domestically? Or there going to be more boundaries, more nationalism, more maybe regional trade? And we're at a moment in time where that looks like a big, interesting debate. But I would point to the long, talking about history, that global trade has grown 4% annually since the Mongol invasions in around 1200 AD. I mean, it looks, 4% doesn't sound like much, but when you put 4% on an 800-year curve, it's a phenomenal hockey stick like Silicon Valley's never seen. And I would predict that that'll continue because it's innate in the human species. With specialization and trade is like one of the main things that separates us from the animal kingdom. Adam Smith wrote this: "I've never seen a dog trade a bone with another dog." And that's we see animals exhibiting all kinds of other behaviors, language and tool use and other stuff, but trade is not something that they do. And trade is fundamentally what the building block of civilization, because it allows specialization, it allows gains, it allows wealth creation. So humans want to trade with each other. Now, governments will try to stop things. There will be special interests that may want to block trade, but left to their own devices, humans will trade more and more and more. So I would predict that that's what's going to happen, because we always find a way.